Yo, what is up everybody? Jump in here, and today I'm going to be showing you a pretty cool video. This is actually going to be a solo run of Legendary on the map Shutdown. I'm going to be showing you a very cool technique to make this extremely easy. It will be on Legendary, so let's get this started. Alright, so my friend showed me this exploit. It is an exploit, but if you're trying to do the solo Legendary, this is kind of a nice little trick. You can also do this in co-op. It's really up to you. There's a little bit of a difference. There's just one thing that's different in co-op than it is in the single player. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this started. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is grab a DMR if you're going to try to beat this, especially if you're going to try to do it on Legendary. Definitely get yourself a DMR for killing the smaller enemies. And actually get these railguns. I know the saw is tempting to hold on to, but yeah, you definitely want both railguns. Get them from both sides, because later on you will see that they become very necessary. Very necessary. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. We are now in the Pelican. This level actually reminds me a lot of the level in Reach, if you remember that with the helicopter. But the way that this works, the trick to it is that if you know anything about this level, if you have played it, you might know that there's like 3 different towers, and you have to go to the first 2, and then you can go to the 3rd one, and that's pretty much around the end of the mission. Well, what this trick does is that we're going to fly literally past a giant ball in the sky. I mean, it's almost a straight line. It's really hard to mess this up, especially if you pay attention. It is literally a straight line. But we're gonna fly past that, and then we're actually gonna skip the first 2 towers. We're gonna just totally knock them out. It's kind of, whoa, let me not hit that, but that was an accident. Trying to lose some altitude and almost smacked myself in the face with the giant pole in the sky. Alright, so here's a little trick spot. It's going to be the orange on this tower right here. It's really hard to miss. It's the only orange. I shot it with the laser just so you can see it. Now what you're going to want to do is fly in here and kind of go down a little bit. Now if you look at the bottom here, you kind of see this. Actually what this is like kind of a door. Well, at least it becomes a door later. And this little part on the bottom is the bridge. And that becomes it later. So let's get a little quick look around. This is where you want to be. There's a giant hole. Just jump through it with the jetpack. I think you need the jetpack, but you start with one, so it doesn't matter. And there you go. Now, the difference between co-op and single player is that, and this is important, kind of, if you're trying to do this with some friends, everyone has to be out of the Pelican. Otherwise, for some reason, you spawn right back into it. I mean, you spawn outside of the tower. So, if you're messing it up or you don't know what's going on, just tell your friends and everybody to get out of the Pelican. Alright, so that's the trick, but I'm going to go ahead and run through the rest of the mission just to give you some tips about how to do the rest of it on Legendary. Alright, so up here there's going to be like 4 grunts, so now we have our DMR. This will be very easy. You can take I'm going to take my time just a tad. You could probably do this in about 5 minutes if you really rushed hard. But I didn't really want to die, so I'm going to kind of take my time just a little bit. Alright, you definitely want to take the guys out on the turrets. But unfortunately, enemies will get back on the turret. Now, the front one isn't too much of an issue because you will be going this way. But the one in the back, yeah, that can be somewhat of an issue, only because you might not pay attention to it. Alright, right here, I believe the elite got on there, so railgun time. And I didn't kill him, but I think he just like runs away, so he doesn't even become an issue. But that's one of the reasons why. There's 2 reasons why we brought the railgun. The railgun makes it so easy to kill elites. Either you make them one shot or you kill them. Either way, very good. And then the second reason is that if you know anything about this level, there's 2 hunters around the end of it, and you need the railgun to help you take them out. Alright, so right here I'm going to chuck some nades at these enemies just to try to kill them. Get your shields back if you lose them. That's pretty obvious. There's also a grenade trick. I didn't do it, but I keep seeing people leave comments about it. I know how to do it, and I will tell anyone who does not know how to do it. There is a grenade exploit in this game as well. It's really easy to do. All it takes is for you to throw a grenade and sprint forward. So whatever button layout you use, you know, I use bumper jumper, if you guys were wondering. So mine is mine is L, then up and A. But if you're using default, it would just be L and up and left stick click. I don't know what to call that exactly. Alright, so right here I'm going to get the plasma pistol to use the noob combo, and that is going to make killing that elite really easy. I don't recommend wasting too much of your railgun ammo. You're gonna need this for helping you with these hunters. Alright, but now you're gonna want to grab the fuel rod. The fuel rod is very necessary to help you kill these things. Now this can be a little tricky, only because and this has happened to me before. If you don't have the ammo, let's say you don't have enough railgun ammo, then these guys, well, they won't die. I mean, you can unload the whole fuel rod into them, like a couple shots of the railgun, and like throw some stickies at them, and you probably will end up killing one of them, but then you might actually have to rush the other one with like the scatter shot, because there is one of them in this room. Now, if you want the stickies, I'm going to need them. They're going to be right there where I just was. You could see them on the screen there for a second. And now you can just go ahead and stick this guy. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. Obviously it wasn't like too bad. Alright, so what I'm going to recommend you to do is to grab the plasma pistol and the carbine to make yourself another noob combo, because you're going to want this for dealing with this elite up here. Now this is going to be another trick that you can do to skip a lot of this nonsense. But this one is a little bit risky. You definitely may die, and I am going to die. And it's going to take me a couple attempts. But you can kind of get the idea. What you're going to want to do is take this Banshee and kind of fly low, and then try to get to the door. The problem is that if you take too much damage with the Banshee, it's going to make it a lot harder to get through the door without getting mowed down. Alright, so this is my second attempt. You can also shoot this guy on the gun. It's kind of hard to do it with the carbine, but as long as you just unload on him, you'll eventually kill him. Now, the one thing that you really need to do that I did not do this time was I didn't actually fly low enough. You need to fly really low to avoid fire. The less damage you have taken when you get here, the more likely you are to make it, because that can happen as well with the fuel rod. Yay. Alright, so this is my third attempt, and just like they say, the third time is a charm, because I will get it this time, and this is pretty much the way you're going to want to do it, because I do it kind of perfect this time. Alright, so this time, yeah, fly very low. If you notice, I take like no damage. No damage. And now I can go ahead and kind of pull up a little bit, try to get into this little crack, get out. I have half shields right now. And yeah, there you go. So you can also jetpack to make sure that you don't get hit by that fuel rod. But as long as you have like a decent amount of shields, you should be able to make it. The biggest nonsense of that is the door sometimes just don't open. It doesn't open right, and it's a bitch. Alright, so this is pretty much the end of the level, guys. So yeah, I mean, god dang, I mean, you can do it so fast. This will definitely help you if you're trying to do the solo legendary. I mean, why not use the exploit? You can show it to your friends if they want to do it for legendary, whatever. It's pretty cool, and I would say it's no harm, really no harm done. So why not exploit the game a little bit? Come on now. Alright guys, once I hit this button, we just gotta wait for the talking scene to be done, and then I can jump off the cliff, and that is mission over. So very quick mission when you use the exploit. Very cool exploit. Alright, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please like it for me, that would be awesome. Also subscribe to me if you haven't already for some Halo 4 content. And like always guys, have a nice day.